Hello, I'm Emma and I'm in Year 4.
And I'm Matthew and I'm in Year 4 too. Welcome to the 1993 Education Week special program.
Today we have Mr John Sutton visiting our school, Eglinton Public School near Bathurst. He's the Assistant Director General of Education in Western Region and he's talking to us about our work and what we do at school.
We'll be talking to you too about what's happening in schools today.
Shaping Tomorrow Today is the theme of Education Week 1993. Today, students at all levels are offered an education which is useful to them as individuals, which is broad, effective and relevant in a worldwide context, and which is meeting community expectations. Today, students are developing a solid foundation not only in literacy and numeracy skills, but within a broad education so that they can make the most of their personal and career potential. Today's schools are equipping students for tomorrow by providing a variety of education pathways and so helping to ensure that everyone has an equal opportunity to take part, achieve and then benefit from a lifetime of learning in the future.
And now, let's find out about just some of the activities that students in Western Region schools have been involved in and learning about over the past year.
These highlights are from the Around the School series, featured on Prime Television.
Hi, my name's Brian and along with Joe and Geraldine, we're mature age students at Williama High School and we'd like to encourage people to think about next year of joining us in developing their education.
We've all just done our half-yearly exams and we've all been very pleased with our results.
So we'd like to take you into our classrooms and show you a bit more about the program that we have on offer.
At Williama High School in Broken Hill, options have been expanded for anyone wishing to attain the high school certificate, but who, for one reason or another, have not been able to do so during their regular student days. The mature age students, some of whom have been away from school for over 25 years, take any of the usual HSC courses, which include board-approved courses, joint school TAFE courses and so on, according to their interest and prospective plans for future years. All said they were very happy with their decision to return to school. These younger students are also looking at the choices they will need to be making in future years. Infants and primary students from small schools in the Bathurst area spent 2 days visiting TAFE, service institutions and large and small businesses with the aim of finding out more about careers. At TAFE, the students looked at such areas as computers, rural studies, automotive fitting and machinery, land information system and catering and nutritional management. The students had hands-on experience in the Applied Electricity building. Students also found out more about the retail industry at Grace Brothers and had a meal and found out about how pizzas are made at Pizza Hut. At Bathurst Base Hospital, the students found out about various aspects of hospital life. Bathurst screen printing and Smorgon were also on the list. What a lot to think about.
One of the reasons I decided to get up here this afternoon is because a lot of you are coming to listen to everybody around this room and not knowing what you want to do. Now that's not unusual. Most high school kids don't know what they want to do when they finish school, and that's fair enough. When I was going through high school, I had no idea because nobody gave me any ideas. Well, today in this room, you've got people from all different departments. You've got people from universities, people from TAFE, the police department, you've got them from all over the place.
Mary Edwards, a lecturer from the Institute of Early Childhood at Macquarie University, had a very strong message for these Aboriginal students from Peak Hill, Wellington, Coonamble, Narromine and Dubbo who were attending a Koori Careers Day at Delroy High School.
Kooris can do whatever they want. They have the ability. They have the brains the same as anybody else.
The speakers were inspirational and the displays and talk sessions provided information which greatly broadened job and career horizons for the students.
Hello, I'm Lyndall from Lithgow High School. Today we're at the Lithgow High School Women's Symposium. It's been put together for the women in our community and there are young women in years 9 to 11 here from all over the Western region. The symposium covers different aspects of today's society and how women now and in the future will be affected by them. The areas that will be covered include women in business, value to the local community, personal presentation and health issues.
At the symposium, teachers were also able to talk with other teachers about the girls' education strategy and how it was being implemented in their schools. Guest speakers included women in their own business, women in executive positions, and speakers who talked about motivation and job presentation and interview skills. Interview skills of a different kind were learned by work experience students from Kelso High School, who spent a few days with us at the media unit. Media unit staff supervised the students' training in the studio and on location. Janelle prepared questions and learned how to use a microphone, while Greg sharpened up his camera skills. They followed a number of fellow classmates to their work experience locations and interviewed and videoed them about their experiences, as well as their employers and others who were taking part in the program. Supervising teachers from Kelso High School also visited the students to find out how they were progressing. What did Janelle think of the work experience?
I think it's rather good because it gives you a hands-on approach to work, especially the jobs that I've had. You can get really involved.
Hi, I'm Peter and I'm from Williama High School and I'm in Year 10.
And I'm in Year 9 and my name's Bianca.
At our school we have a 6-day cycle and every 6 days we have a supplementary curriculum.
And on this day we do our own activities which we choose.
Students in years 8, 9 and 10 are able to choose from a range of courses on the basis of their particular interests and abilities. Courses range from cake decoration, choir and show and rock band to rope climbing and making outdoor furniture and sewing. These courses are relevant to each student and do not affect the attainment of the school certificate. What do students think of the Day 6 curriculum?
I like the Day 6 curriculum because you get out and do more things. It gives you time to, experience other different faculties and that. It's really great.
A highly individualised program addressing each student's priority needs takes place at Barrier School in Broken Hill. The program is worked out with therapists, disability psychologists, the school counsellor, parents and teacher. Students take part in regular classroom activities and also have integration programs with other schools. These experiences are all relevant to their needs, prospective futures and self-esteem. And relevance is obvious in the area of the English language, where activities are also focused on the needs, interests and capabilities of students. Students are involved in many areas such as planning.
That's going to be the first item on today. We'll brainstorm that. I'd like a volunteer if I can.
I think it's important that that students have an idea of where the lesson is going and what it's going to involve. So at the beginning of this particular lesson, I told them what we'd be doing, the kind of outcomes which we should come up with, so that they knew what I expected of them and the direction that they should be heading in.
The STEM Training Crew. It's by Andrew and Janet McLean. And when you look at the cover, it's got a fairly distinctive picture. Would somebody like to predict what might be going to happen in this book? Who might be in this book?
Some train owners go somewhere in a train, maybe with some passion.
Writing, talking and listening skills to develop their language and literacy skills.
Some children read easily, some need more time. Some children do not lack the intelligence to read, they lack the experience of reading. What is a reading rampage? This is an individual intensive reading program for children who have not developed effective reading and writing skills. The tutors in this program are parents, grandparents and friends. It is mainly aimed at Year 1 and Year 2 children, because the earlier we can identify those that need extra help and decide how we can assist them, the easier the task will be.
This program encourages parents to assist children with reading by becoming tutors and shows various aspects of how children learn to read. Social and group learning skills are the outcomes of a collaborative learning program in place at Wingham Public School in the Hunter region. Initially, students must be taught the skills of collaborative learning, or effective learning won't happen.
Have you got a group?
Some weeks later.
Okay, now you've all got your own tasks to do and your own roles. Where you go.
As many crowding under the hug.
Various games are played and students work out responsibilities of groups and individuals.
Participate, contribute ideas, give feedback, attend to task, help the group complete the task.
Children learn to work in pairs and groups to complete set classroom tasks in the various key learning areas.
In the area of science and technology, students at Canowindra High School are using computers in their textile and design classes to make labels and name tags, and to make designs which can be ironed onto various articles of clothing for fabric painting.
The program that we're using here is the new print shop. There was a previous print shop program, but you couldn't reverse the work on the screen, so that we couldn't use it for this iron-on work. And now with the new print shop we can reverse the work before printing.
And what do you think is the best part of this course?
The best part is that when you're making your own clothes you can save money, and by making your own clothes you've got something there that you can say, oh wow, look at this, I've made it myself.
How do you enjoy the course?
Oh, I love it.
A different sort of science was on show at Portland Central School, where the QuestCon Science Circus was visiting. All classes from K to 10 enjoyed the experience. During this session they learned about sound waves.
That's 2. Can we get one more?
Another session was about collisions.
Okay. Oh no!
50 science exhibits were also set up at Lithgow High School, where all people could take part and perform small experiments with the exhibits. Experiments are also on the agenda for gifted students from various Broken Hill schools. On this day, students were dropping eggs from first floor height to see which of their individually designed and constructed protective cases were in fact protective enough. The Year 6 students gather at Railway Town Public School once a week to take part in an enrichment program involving learning how to think, problem solving and development of research skills. They also enjoy further extracurricular activities at Williama High School.
It's how you feel and what you like deep down inside. Now,
extracurricular activities by groups of students can also result in performances like this. Students came from all around the Western region to participate in the Tournament of Minds held at Charles Sturt University in Bathurst. Teams of 7 students from differing year levels developed solutions over a 6-week period to an open-ended problem selected from one of 3 categories: language and literature, maths and engineering, or humanities. These clips are from the language and literature section.
And I'm too regal for my land, too regal for my land, the empire's so grand.
More problem solving, but this time linked to the environment. The problem? Which trees to plant and who would do it. Western Main Colliery Environmental Project aims to revegetate areas where mining activity has been completed. To suit soil conditions, natives such as wattles, eucalypts, banksias and hakeas were chosen, and Portland Central School students from kindergarten and Year 8 carried out the task.
But these Palovnia trees are definitely not natives. They were being planted at Dubbo South Public School to help overcome the problem of lack of shade in the playground area. 20 trees, each the size of a matchbox, were purchased 6 months previously, and with their phenomenal growth rate will be providing shade for students 12 months after planting. Tree planting is just one of the many activities undertaken by Blaney High School agriculture students. Their industry link with the Sheehan Grant Gold Mine has included the sponsorship of an irrigation system at the school. Students are assisting in the revegetation of the mine's waste dump sites. They're also involved with the care of animals, including prize-winning cattle, 2 breeds of sheep and poultry. They have also developed an industry link with the Friskies Company and are breeding and releasing fry into their dams. To recognise the achievements of local schools involved in agriculture, radio station 2BS in Bathurst decided to include them in their 25th anniversary of the Farmer of the Year competition, but not as competitors. 8 schools were chosen and their programs and recent achievements were profiled. Music and a theme were selected, and an announcer read the copy.
Cultivating our farmers of the future.
Students at Blaney High School are able to be involved in a number of agriculture areas. The Agriculture Department's philosophy is to apply theories from the classroom into practical work within the school and the local community, with the hope that students are able to...
The announcement went to air 5 to 8 times a day for 2 weeks for each school and built up community awareness of each school's agricultural activities and achievements. There's also an on-air interview and a photo for the paper. Blaney High School is very proud of the many awards it has received for its programs. And here's an award-winning agricultural display at the Bathurst Show. It was one of the many exhibits the students visited on the day that 400 of them captivated the audience at the official opening ceremony. A special show song was composed for the occasion, and with balloons away, the show was officially opened. The 10 public schools involved worked out their own presentations, and Bathurst High School's band supported them. Children, teachers and parents from Hampton, Glen Alice and Capertee visited Cullen Bullen Public School for a Creative Arts Day. The children were able to choose 3 of the 9 available activities, with each workshop lasting an hour. The day gave students the chance to meet new people, work together in bigger groups than they were accustomed to, and try activities they may not have experienced before.
Climbing? Are you climbing? No? You might have to tell us, I think.
Painting.
Painting, of course.
Painting and holding the teeth.
Drama also takes place at Hermidale Public School near Nyngan. Students from Hermidale and Nymagee took part in an outback theatre workshop based on circus skills. They sent us their video and photos of the workshop and campfire and the dormitory at the Hermidale Combined Sports Ground building. Hermidale Public School is also very proud of its success at the Sydney Eisteddfod. It was the first time the school had entered this Eisteddfod, and their entry, a humorous poem, gained them first place.
The gang was old and leather-clad, with chains and crosses, clubs and spikes.
Many outstanding performances were also in evidence at the official opening of the Lachlan Valley ERC. This one from Parkes students is from Calamity Jane.
Whip, crack away, whip, crack away, whip, crack away. Oh, the Deadwood stage is heading on over the hill, where the engine arrows are thicker than porcupine quill. Dangerous land, no time to delay.
These performers are all from Canowindra schools. The Performing Arts Festival is an annual event held over 2 days in Orange. It caters for all kinds of performances, including instrumental, vocal and dance. Individual schools from the Lithgow, Bathurst, Orange and Dubbo areas participated, as well as combined Western Region groups. This performance is from the Western Region Senior Choir. These performers are rehearsing for that night's heats in the Quit for Life Rock Eisteddfod, held at the City Hall in Bathurst. The event is held in regional centres around Australia and involves the students in selecting appropriate music and a theme, and then choreographing, rehearsing, making sets, props and costumes, and performing. What does the Quit for Life part mean?
Well, it's to teach people that you don't have to smoke and do drugs to be cool. You can have fun by doing other things.
And the winner on the night? Bathurst High School. These performers are the Pumperoo Dance Group from UAbelong, and they were invited to participate in the Condobolin Public Schools National Aborigines and Torres Strait Islanders Week, Day of Celebrations. The school has well-developed Aboriginal culture and community involvement programs in operation, and the activities on this special day are a culmination of many activities that the school holds throughout the year. There were static displays, egg carving, boomerangs and clapsticks, bookwork, a barbecue for about 500 people, and the performance of the school's own dance troupe.
Narromine High School also has an excellent relationship with its Aboriginal community. Here's a clip from the beginning of a video the media unit produced for the school.
Narromine High School, set in attractive grounds in the rural town of Narromine on the Mitchell Highway, is just 40 kilometres west of Dubbo. This school, of 400 students, 35 teaching staff and 10 support staff, is rich in tradition, in sporting and academic achievements. And it is the recipient of 2 Director General's Awards, as well as being a Centre of Excellence in English. The most recent Director General's Award in 1992 was for an outstanding contribution to Aboriginal education. The school, the community, and the 49 Aboriginal students and their parents are justly proud of this award, the result of a school and community in partnership.
The school and community relationship was also a very strong feature at Oberon Central School, which, with increased numbers, recently became 2 separate schools, Oberon High and Oberon Public. School, community and student representatives designed and produced a colour brochure outlining the facilities and opportunities available to students attending the school. The brochure was launched during Education Week and was followed by a guided tour of the school in action and a morning tea. The school captain was very proud of the combined effort.
It's very good. It shows the community in other areas that Oberon Central School is a good place and they have a lot to offer.
And students and teachers are so proud of this school that they asked the media unit to produce a video to show its many visitors how distance education from Broken Hill is achieved. The school covers approximately 0.8 million square kilometres, has 100 students and 10 teachers. Here's a short clip from the beginning.
Welcome to School of the Air Broken Hill. This school was established in 1956 by the New South Wales Department of Education for the education of geographically isolated children throughout Australia's outback areas. The Minister for Education at the time was impressed by a visit to the Alice Springs School of the Air and recognised the need for such a school in New South Wales. The aim of the school, as stated by its first principal, Mrs Phyllis Gibb, was to bring isolated children out of the silence and give them a sense of belonging. They were to be part of a real school in which they could identify with teachers and classmates.
This program is also operating in Broken Hill, at Broken Hill High School. 20 reading helpers who come from the community hear children read 4 mornings a week. 40 students from Year 7 to Year 9 who are slower readers are involved. Some community helpers give up a lot of their own time.
Seems to... Here I come 2 mornings a week. To the jail I go 2 afternoons a week, and to barrier school I go 1 morning a week. I think reading's the main part of life, really, isn't it? If we can't read, we just don't seem to be able to go any further.
Some of the tutors also attend conferences to find out more about reading.
What does Jason think of the reading scheme?
When I first came here I was a poor reader, and now I've improved heaps because of the reading class.
What sort of a reader was Suzanne before she started in the scheme?
I was very poor. I could only say a few words.
And what's the best thing about being in the group?
You get to read a book.
While we were filming the previous few programs in Broken Hill, we also held an in-service training course for teachers on promoting their school's image. During this public relations course, teachers watch a video, take part in workshop sessions and learn, amongst other things, how to write media releases and how to develop confidence and skills during mock interview sessions. Public relations was also part of the exercise for Delroy High School and its feeder schools, Dubbo West and Arana Heights, when they put on Delroy Week. As well as an official launch, there was a display of work at the Dubbo City Centre. A fashion parade was held at the school, and the parade included a showing of the smart new school uniform. There was an open day for parents of the 3 schools, and a careers day for Aboriginal students was also held during the week. Principal John Moon was very pleased with the results.
It's been a big week for us, and we're just very pleased to be able to show the place off to the community.
As you've just seen, our government schools are very successful in providing students with a diverse program of activities which enables them to achieve and excel in many areas of learning. I invite you to see how your local schools are shaping tomorrow today by joining in their Education Week celebrations this week.